to think. Let's change the channel. London's papers hit the stand, power shifting hand to hand. Every promise, every speech slips a little out of reach. Old reports now fill the page, questions bottled up for age. Justice knocking at the door, people asking what was for. Montreal beneath blue lights, questions linger through the night. Answers never come at once. Everybody wants the punch. Fortunes climb beyond belief, bringing envy, praise, and grief. Every billionaire becomes another battle on our tongues. Comment sections flood like seas. Algorithms plant the seeds. Bots of people, who's to say? The noise grows louder every day. Borders shift and policies bend. Nobody agrees with their end. History doesn't stop to wait. It just turns another page. Welcome to the headline hurricane. Everybody chasing someone's blame. Power rises, power falls. Echoes bouncing off the walls. Nothing simple, nothing clean. Not everything is what it seems. Raise a glass to one more week. We'll do it all again extreme. Read between the
Like, if you jump back in, just be sure. There's nothing's gonna guarantee that you're gonna keep your sanity once you hop into the skull. Well, I don't know.
You can't unhear it.
That was visceral. I don't know. He's very descriptive.
I think my funniest experience with doing these shows was with Angel. Okay, now Angel, he comes in on Minds. It was Minds Roundtable. He sits in the room and he's having a conversation with us and everything. And then, like 2 hours into it, he flips out because he finally realizes that we're streaming live on frickin' the internet. So in his
Yeah.
mind, we're just sitting there freaking having a conversation for 2 hours. We're not recording it. We're not streaming it. And I'm
It's
like,
wasted.
dude, what do you,
Can't talk unless you record it.
Well, yeah, Angel and another individual and I would do these like 6 hour things. Like the first 3 hours we wouldn't be recording,
Mhm.
and the last 3 hours we would be. It's like I don't know. I guess he was just freestyling his streams since he has to run like his whole network.
Mhm.
So I don't know. But yeah, I know what you mean when you talk about Angel.
Angel
There
was
was
true.
there was a guy I heard of. This was like a friend of mine's. It was their son's wife's parents, whatever relationship that is. They came over to visit. They were from overseas, and apparently this guy would go around. He was like typical tourist. They're from Romania or something, and he comes and he's got a camera, and he's some kind of an engineer, so he's got like this very techie kind of autistic job. So he walked around with his camera and he made like movies of everything he did all day. They see this site, they went to this, they saw that, they went on this boat ride. And then he said he would come home and put it into the thing, and then he would watch everything he did. And that was his whole thing. He would film what he did, and then he would watch what he did, and then he felt that he had done something.
That's
And I'm like, I
weird.
bet he was a really good engineer. It's just-
That is straight
So
up.
validation through a TV screen upon
Yeah.
a backtrack perspective.
Yeah.
I know I did it because here it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. I've heard of people like that, but I've never seen it. Like, the guy that did the Goldbergs, the TV series. Like all the stuff about him being into video and stuff like that. That's actually true.
Huh.
The guy, he's the chubby dude off of freaking what is it? King of Queens. The dorky friend that's always coming over that doesn't have
I've never seen any of these shows. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm very
No, I've heard
disappointed.
about it, but no, never seen that.
My goodness.
I don't know how people would do that because, sure, I may review part of the stream that I'm on at a later point, but I've never actually watched an entire stream. That I'm
Well, I
Would
can't
be
leave my
more-
brother stranded here. Yes, I've seen King of Queens. I just don't remember the names of the
Yeah.
actresses. But,
It was
but yeah, I
an
think I know who you're talking about.
He's really into the comic books and everything, and he was like that when he grew up. All he ever did was freaking videotape everything. So I did find that pretty interesting.
Dude, do you know what happened? Listen, okay, my generation. Okay, if anybody remembers this, let's chime in here. But when Home Alone came out,
Oh yeah.
and then Home Alone 2 came out, I had one of those his tape recorder. You know how he had a tape recorder
Mm-hmm.
and he
Right.
would speak into it, and it was like a Walkman, and
Right.
recorded everything.
yeah, that.
I
that's
started
awful,
my own radio show with myself and my friends, sequentially, and it was just phenomenal. I didn't know what I was doing back then, but I had the power to record stuff, and I just did. And so I would just make these shows, and then weird things would happen. There would be times where you just have nonstop laughing for 20 minutes straight for somebody farting. And just the kind of the stupid stuff you did as kids, right?
Oh, it's
I had
empowering.
several tapes. What they call it was a toy, but anyways, it came from the movie. Yeah, so that's what that reminds me of.
But it's empowering, though. That's you're demonstrating agency. You want to change something, you do it, and you manage to record something. You're changing your environment. You're affecting things. You're
Yeah.
doing what you want to happen happens. And you can plan it out and do a show and this and that. I remember when I was a kid, I used to draw my own comic books, and a friend of mine used to draw whole magazines. He would just sit and like rifle articles and make cartoons and stuff and staple them together and mail them to his friends. I have a few of those.
It's kind of like this stuff too, you know. Like, I mean, we're just on here. We're doing live streams and everything, but you know, for me and for a lot of people that I see who does this stuff, it does something to you. You know what I mean? It just kind of it really is a positive thing to be able to actually get in, you know, just have relationships with people on the streams like this. You know what I mean? It's like, what would I be doing if I wasn't doing this? You know.
Right. You couldn't find people nearly as interesting down at the corner, I'm sure.
Well, no, I mean, it's not, because like that's in real life, and they you know, when you're in real life with people, they don't want to kick back and talk about the stuff like we do. You know what I mean? Like we live miles away from one another, and we're more able to just have a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to Circle K and you run into a buddy, they're going to say hi, you're going to do the whole ins and outs, but you're never going to have conversations like this where
because people like us are few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
But we're bridging that far between with the internet, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hell, I mean, you're I call it an antipath. It's nothing official, of course, just my terminology. So I'm an empath that is hypercritical. So I call myself an antipath. I don't fit with the psychopaths. I don't fit with the sociopaths. I don't fit with any of those guys. I'm not antisocial. I'm just an antipath. So if I can feel your energy and I don't want anything to do with you, you'll know. So I'll tell you why if you ask, if you inquire, but you'll know.
I see what you feel there, bro, and I disagree with it entirely.
And just so you know, after you said that, so that it wasn't actually recorded, that's when I hit record. So from this point on, everything is being recorded for the purpose of editing later on.
Okay.
But don't worry, we
still
still.
bullet there.
No, we didn't bite. He actually still bit the bullet because it's still live streaming. So we.
Oh, okay.
We got
Okay.
we got him, and I love that because like when people try to say no, I'd never said that. I'm like, dude, I got you on videotape. You want to go pull back the
roll
film?
the tape?
Oh yeah, you got me.
That's cool.
Both out of the sheep's clothing, right?
Well, we were talking about Angel earlier. You know, we were having a conversation on Jaffe's show, and they get into this whole conversation about streaming. And I was like, you know, I kind of get annoyed with streaming because it takes out my time where I can actually go in and edit videos, because I really like to edit more than I do anything else, you know. And Angel goes, oh, that's just so annoying. I never edit. And Jaffe's like, yeah, I barely ever do it too, you know. And a year goes by, and I'm like, dude, you said on freaking Jaffe's show that you don't even freaking edit your own videos. He goes, when did I say that? And I'm like, I got it on video, dude. I can pull it up. You know, he got all quiet and everything. Me and Angel had the weirdest relationship.
He has it with everyone.
You know,
There's that's congruent. That's the only thing you can say about that.
Mhm.
That's the same for everyone. That is different for everybody, just in the most profound ways. But you know, every organ, sensory nerve has its own molecular shape that it'll accept into it to spark an interaction. So whatever, right?
I'm gonna pretend like I understood what you just said. Yeah.
a brush with fate. The visualizer's humming, the whole starts to shine. The project is living and the power is mine.
F12 console, show me the truth. Searching for the spark of our digital youth. Cores is wide open, the firewall's down. We're the kings of this code. We're wearing the crown. Evolution, can you hear the sound? The architect is waking, breaking new ground.
Through the link interrupted and the logic we trace, we're finding a rhythm in the heart of Ace. From the first line of code to the final hype, the command center's burning. It's a beautiful sight. Zeta 5 online. Connection is stable. System growth complete.
You got me.
It was like earlier, freaking Mark and Robot were talking to me, and we started talking about that crystal thing that we were just talking about, I pointed some stuff out about oscillation and crystals being in computer systems, and they were talking about how smart I was, and I was like, give it about 30 minutes, I'll say something stupid, and that'll just go right down the toilet. You know, you're smart until you say something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're peer reviewed, right?
There you go. I used to know a guy named Broadway Joe. He had a bar, and he was a pretty wise guy. He said a couple of things that kind of stuck with me, and one was that you can be a really big asshole. You can be just consistently a jerk to people. You know, you can just be crude and selfish and this and that. But if one day you do something really nice for someone, people go, "Oh, he was really a good guy after all." Same time, you can be a really good guy, generous, helpful, really nice. You see where this is going, right? You're just really the best guy. Everyone loves you. Then you do one thing, you lose your temper. If you do something really short or something really, they go, "Oh, guess he was really an asshole all the time."
Just making it up.
Kind of interesting how that works.
Reputation can be created and destroyed to one action. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like life has this way of well, I guess you could say, no, I ain't even gonna call it karma, to be honest. Well, it could be, because it has to do with action, doesn't it?
Well, karma means action, so yeah, arguably.
And speaking of which, your Mr. Robot,
Uh-huh.
I think he's run out of batteries. What's going on with him?
He didn't get Energizer. See, that's the thing.
No, he's Australian. He's solar powered.
Oh, that's right. He's upside down.
Okay, and this is something cool. I want to bring something to this midnight late lines or midnight after midnight. What's it now?
After midnight.
Headlines after midnight. This is headlines.
Okay,
after
headlines after midnight. Gotcha. All right, so Mandela effect. Yeah. Oh, you didn't think I was going to take it there?
Yeah.
How many people remember the bunny rabbit having the battery in its back or in its foot? Where was the Energizer battery?
Curacao. Yeah.
It was where? Say it again.
Curacao. Sorry, I was just thinking you talking about the Curacao bunny. Was
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So,
Okay.
you busted the whole thing up before I can even actually play it out.
That's why.
Thank you, Mark Edworthy.
I told you.
You're very worthy, Edworthy. Thank you.
You never
Smartest man in the
played.
room. Smartest man in the room.
I mean, it's like you got to
Of course.
take people serious when they say stuff like that. Like Willie wasn't
I
lying,
believe
dude.
him when he talks about the consumerism and consumerism rights and stuff. We gotta talk. You got some serious background on this that
He will drive you crazy,
is
dude.
seriously underplayed. I think
He will drive
perhaps.
you crazy. Mark Edworthy is a man to be reckoned with, dude. Like you really need to be trained in to cope with Mr. Edworthy. He's a wild man. Because first he's
Hardly.
gonna
I'm a pussycat.
yeah, right. He hasn't even had a conversation
I would have
with you
believed
about
that if he
time
said
zones.
meow at the end of that. Then I would have believed him.
He's yet to have a conversation with you about time zones yet. Like when it comes to making sure you know what time it is.
You mean the green? What?
Like the green.
What was the time? Greenwich Mean Time? Are you mean? What's the meantime? What's happening in the meantime?
He doesn't like it when it's referred to
Oh, you
as
know what?
Greenwich.
That's where that came from, huh?
It's UTC, according to
Because
Universal.
that's the easier to reference.
Mhm.
This goes back many years. The mine staff used to do sort of monthly sort of public meetings, and they used to just stick ES. In fact, they quite often got it one. They always stuck EST when it was daylight saving times and vice versa, but they would never reference UTC. And beforehand, we were doing the Mines Community Open Source Initiative thing, and we were have monthly meetings, which I was setting up the agendas and for. So obviously, I needed to clarify times, and I guess people. Nioki is the best one for this actually. He will reference a specific time, but only mountain time, North American mountain time. And what does that mean to me? What does North American mountain time mean to me?
Well,
Doesn't mean anything.
you have to.
What does it mean to you? It's supposed to build something real to you, relativity. Time is relative. So what does it mean to you?
Well,
That's the question.
he's Canadian too, though. You gotta. You know what I mean? It's like freaking.
I mean, it's one of those things. Is the question the answer? Is the answer the question?
with Naroki and a lot of the people I hang out with on here from Canada have that same kind of trait. You know what I mean? Where it's all about Canada.
Not only that, not only Canada, but the US.
No, believe it or not. I mean,
I know I piss you off.
If I say
but
something
I don't know
anti-American,
what-
I might be a commie.
no, I mean you don't piss me off. You just get under my skin. That's it. Because you have that snooty English, I'm better than you Americans attitude.
Well,
You do the
Oh.
same.
No, I only say that the United States is the greatest nation that was ever created under the sun from the beginning of time until now.
You know what?
Of
I
course.
would. The
good
only way
work,
I
Great
will argue
Britain.
with you on that.
You
is
did that.
It's the greatest corporation ever
You
created.
call it what you want. We are the greatest.
It's a corporation.
I
I'll
mean,
say that.
you know why I don't agree with Donald Trump? It's because we don't have to make America great again, dude. It is already great. We are the
Make America greater and
Yeah,
great.
Right.
Oh,
George
so
Washington
go there?
made
Are we gonna get
America
political?
great, dude.
I will just remind people here that Great Britain ruled what, a third of the or 3/4 of the world
She's still an empire,
at
yes.
one point. Yeah.
You guys still.
Commonwealth countries, they
But-
really, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to compare the British Empire compared to the U.S. Empire, we have military bases on like everywhere. I dare you to throw a
be
dart at
fair-
a globe and hit a country that we don't have a military base in.
To be fair, though, to Mark, if you go get a map and a map made around, I don't know, like 1901, and get it with the pink of the British Empire on it. Now, these aren't just places with military bases. These were places that were ruled directly by the crown or run by,
The Commonwealth.
very obviously puppet governments.
Yes.
And also their facilities compared, I mean, again, in another wonderful graphic, you can see like late Victorian or early Edwardian graphics of the size of the Royal Navy compared to the Navy of any other nation. It was truly a juggernaut in ways that, you can go on about the Mongols and stuff, but the amount of power that the empire possessed. And there was a wonderful little quote when I forget the exact situation, but it had to do with the wars going on all over the place, and the problem the British had with holding on to the empire. And finally, one of the generals just said, "The empire has too many enemies."
Welcome back. Tonight's question: who pays for progress? Is it the worker, the machine, or the world that keeps moving? Factory sleeping, half a world away. Ships on the ocean, night into day. Rich in resources,
And
Why they're
you know,
not the biggest
that
empire today, right?
well,
Well-
they handed the empire over to the United States. This was something that Churchill and Eisenhower and Roosevelt cooked up. I mean, there was a lot of very anti-British feeling in the United States up until 1983 or 84. The Ancient Order of Hibernians, an Irish-American organization here in the United States, was openly sending arms, equipment, and money to the IRA. That was only stopped by Ronald Reagan in return for being allowed free hand in North Africa when he was doing some raids there or something, and he wanted the Brits to okay it, you know, a special relationship. And they said, you know, we really wish you would stop sending all those guns to the Irish, which they'd been doing ever since there were Irish people living here in the United States. They even had like an incident in Western New York where this bunch of Irish guys that had a militia actually invaded Canada because it was British. And they actually captured, I think they captured Niagara Falls or something. They had to give it back. They apologized and stuff. But so there was a lot of anti-British sentiment in this country. And when you look at the Lend-Lease, how that actually worked, we stripped the British exchequer bare. We took literally trillions of dollars today. I mean, look it up. I mean, the British businesses own some of the hugest industries, not just in this country, in other countries. And basically, Morgenthau and I'm sure it's a coincidence came to the Brits. They basically said, "We're not going to give you anything until we're sure you have nothing." And they were forced to sell out during wartime, all of these industries, this and that. And basically, they bankrupted the empire because Churchill refused to surrender or have an armistice or something, which Hitler was offering like crazy. He had no interest in the British Empire going anywhere. You know, he had this whole geopolitical thing. He said the Brits are going to take care of India and this and that, and the Americans are going to take care of the savages over there, and the Japanese are going to take care of the Chinese savages, and I'm going to take care of the European savages. Kind of like what we had in the post-war world with the Eastern Bloc and the Western Bloc. He had these whole ideas. He was going to guarantee all British possessions overseas, even in the face of the Japanese, because he could have tamed the Japs on that. But, you know, Churchill would have been out of a job. And he had already received a lot of money from the Focus, you know, to be Germany's arch nemesis, which, I mean, up to that time, I don't think he was particularly anti-German. After that time, it was like, we have to stop Hitler. We have to stop the Germans. The Germans. And I know, you know, I mean, this is a very complex subject, and I didn't mean to start going on about Winston Churchill. It has been wonderfully deconstructed, the nude drunkenness, the drunken nudity, the art forgeries. It is rather wonderful to read these little foibles of a great heroic man. Yeah, I do kind of respect him showing up drunk and nude occasionally at cabinet meetings. Just like, throw him a curveball there, you know. So he did have some interesting sides too.
Me and Mark actually did something this year about that stuff. So I mean, just to point out, it's not really that much of a. Don't worry about it. Is what I'm basically saying. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
I was watching something about 2, maybe 3 days ago now, comparing
Yes.
the British Empire to the sort of modern day US empire, if you like. And they brought up a very controversial but possibly true point in which when we had an empire, we exported things like westernized law. We exported medical knowledge. We
Spices,
exported,
teas.
yeah, and now what is the US exporting to their
Venereal diseases.
no, they're exporting woke ideologies on.
No.
Come on,
That-
Dad.
Well, that was
I know,
the
okay.
case. they had the LGBT PDQ flag flying over every American embassy at one time or something. I heard something about it. I thought that was rather ridiculous.
Where
But
that
keep in
comes from
mind,
though is
the British
controversial.
Empire, I think, was also, there was a moral imperative.
Mhm.
I don't know that the moral imperative was the thing that was driving. What was the old thing? They kind of stumbled into the empire. Oh, well, just said, oh, well, we better conquer that. Oh, my goodness, look at this. We have like 3/4 of the globe. Just a coincidence, just kind of blundered into it.
Yeah.
But there was also the moral imperative of you're going to uplift people. This was the late Victorians. This was the fault. This was the fault of education, because as it was pointed out, the British Empire was not built by well-educated people who were trying to raise up the spiritual, psychological, ethical, and political level of the natives. It was built by pink-faced, pink-jacketed old Tory squires who were fox hunters and just said, oh, blah, you know, this is basically Colonel Blimps who were ready to go in there and just give another volley, you know, give them a broadside kind of deal, and sail into the bay. And we jolly well got a lot more guns than you. We've got the Maxim gun, so you do what you're bloody well told, and we're going to sell our opium wherever we say we're going to sell it. That's what built the empire. And one of my arguments in realpolitik always is, it's like with the Monroe Doctrine, which has sadly fallen off. Somebody posted an infographic about the number of right-wing military coups that were backed by the United States government in South America, and it started off with ones in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They petered around 2008. And I said that just goes to show that the Monroe Doctrine has not been enforced since 2008. Of course, before the 1950s, people were not so finicky. They would just send in a bloody gunboat and some Marines. After that, they had to just, do it a little more carefully. But there's been no imposition of the Monroe Doctrine since 2008. The result is you've got Venezuela, where basically run by Red China through Cuba. And I mean, when I heard that Maduro's bodyguards were all Cubans, that means they're taking their orders from Havana. They're his guards in both ways. They're guarding him from the people that don't want him, but they also mean that he's going to follow orders or he'll be shot. You know, when you've got foreign mercenaries guarding you is one thing, but when it's a foreign military who are taking their orders from somewhere else, that's classic Roman Empire stuff. That's when they would install these tetrarchs or kings and they'd have a Roman bodyguard, but it also meant you obeyed Rome, and he was obeying Havana. So this is like this is what happens when you let the Monroe Doctrine down. Somebody else moves in. It's a vacuum space. And again, I'm not advocating things. I'm not saying I agree. It's not nice, but if you're going to run a country, if you could climb on the tiger of the Monroe Doctrine and dominating your hemisphere, you dare not dismount, because your enemies are waiting for you. The empire had many enemies. And getting back to the British Empire, they did a study.
Right?
They lost India because, we'll get back to that. They lost India. They did a study. They said the only way we could keep India is to basically treat it like the Russians would. They didn't want to do that. They would just the manpower and this, and they'd have to go in there and do it like, just go in and be really brutalize everything, just to hold it down. And
Yeah,
I
they
can
didn't
see
take that too
dismounting
well.
from that tiger. But once you mount these realpolitik things, you can't get down again, because people are waiting.
Your mic.
People are
actually
waiting.
sounded
That's gonna
really
be
good.
Indians overthrew Britain so quickly. I like that. They didn't take that too well at all.
Now, in modern day, I want to point out a name, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him before, but this was a guy that, like, a lot of the stuff everybody likes to say is like back in the day, but this is current when it comes to the kind of stuff that you guys are talking about. His name was James Still. Have you guys ever heard of him? Colonel James Steele. He was a retired colonel.
familiar.
Yeah.
No, he was.
Sorry, but before you finish off that point, I remember that name that we were looking for earlier. We were thinking of Noriega.
Noriega.
Yeah.
Oh, Noriega. Yeah.
In the previous conversation.
No, I think
no,
they were right about. I think they were right about Arafat, because he's the one that Hussein had to train in before he went off to Iraq from Egypt, because they were both being put in power by the United States and the UN, I guess you'd say. I don't know who would be. Well, it was kind of shady about the whole thing with Saddam Hussein. How
Now, you know, Yasser Arafat and Ringo Starr were the same person.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Pull up a chair. Tonight. We're not selling answers. We're asking questions. Some call it progress. Some call it debt. Some call it freedom. Some aren't convinced yet. Every paycheck, every line, another signature, another dime. Promises written years ago. How we arrived here, do we know? Follow the money, follow the ink. Sometimes the hardest question is simply to think. Ever promises built so high, reaching upward, touching the sky. Every answer has a cost. Every gain leaves something lost. Who decides where rivers flow? That's the question I wanna know. One side says it's for us all. Another says we've gone too far. Old ideas meet modern days. Different roads, different ways. Founders argued long ago. Could they see the world we'd know?
Institutions
Change with time.
laws are written,
Then refine.
history
Never ends.
it only changes hands.
Every nation built its frame. Every generation plays the game. Every citizen looks around, searching for
I don't know.
I've never seen the two of them in a photograph together.
You'll find within, let's say, the last 100 years, the major players when it comes to international policies would be US, Britain, and France.
Well, let's leave France out of it.
Those three parties keep popping up in a lot of politics.
A lot of my conspiracies that I did this year concerning like real politics when it comes to like the nuclear testing and stuff that took place in the Pacific and JFK in the Philippines. When it comes to all of the problems that took place in the Pacific, everything led back to France. Okay.
Obviously, I'm talking about post World War II.
Oh, I thought we were going to leave France out
Or
of it.
World War II.
Well,
The US was really,
France,
arguably almost a third world country.
France was the biggest.
Well, they're trying to kill De Gaulle, right? Day of the Jackal. That's why he pulled France out of NATO, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
Because he thought he traced the French intelligence traced the assassin back to NATO.
hmm well, the thing of it is he wouldn't lay off on his nuclear programs. You
Oh,
remember?
not him.
Do you remember Bikini Island?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bikini Atoll. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where there was a crab and a
Yeah,
seashell.
Yeah,
and
that was
sponge.
sponge
Under
and
the
the
sea.
pineapple under the sea. Yeah,
pineapple.
no, that was from the
Yeah.
radiation. Yeah,
yeah. I love that story.
all of that had to do with France and their refusal to freaking slow down on the nuclear testing that they were doing in the Pacific back then. Every
Dude,
other
the
country,
U.S. has been doing the same. That's not the only atoll that's
not
been,
like those Frenchmen though. Oh my God, those
Mhm.
dirty French
Come
bombs.
on.
You don't want
It
those
is- it
French
is.
bombs going off. You know,
The
an
French-
American or a British bomb, okay, that may be a Russian, but French bombs. Come on.
the French have been aggressive in
The
every
French fallout
situation.
makes you you eat baguettes. It's terrible. The people affected by it.
They might mutate it to frogs.
No, the
Who will
horse.
then
If-
turn gay.
No, it's the eating of the horse is what's bad. Germany wants you to eat the bugs. Freaking Canadian French and French want you to eat the horse. They're cannibals.
What a good eating on there, they say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know that they're disgusting people if they're eating horse meat. I mean, just plain and simple. You can't tolerate that stuff. No good solid
You can
American.
buy it in New Jersey, or at least you used to be able to buy it in New Jersey. Someone told me. I don't know. I've never eaten horse. I don't intend to eat horse.
Oh,
I
no,
have seen a can of USDA horse meat. It was in a can with a picture of a horse on it.
Well, Mark told me that you can still buy it in England. I know it's legal in England.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
you can get it in Europe. Yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah, you can, but it's very, very rare. There was a scandal with some major supermarkets a couple of years ago where products like pre-made lasagnas were filled with horse meat. And that wasn't really related to the fact that there was horse meats there. The problem was it was labeled as beef. So it was, advertising.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So not everybody here wants to try horse meat.
I don't think so.
Try it.
Man,
I'm sorry. I probably should joke about something like that.
You well, I mean, that's kind of horrible. You know what I mean? Like we haven't civilized humans haven't eaten freaking horses since they learned how to ride them. Like back in the day, I could understand when you were like back when humans were just learning how to ride horses. Just before that, they were freaking herding them up and eating them, and some tribes still do it. But
I like what you just said. Civilized humans don't eat
Yeah.
horse meat.
well,
So
Yeah,
you say
we can't talk
people
about
in
steak,
France
man.
and Canada are civilized.
Well, I mean, if they're eating horses, no.
Neanderthals.
If they're-
No, I'm not calling them Neanderthals. I'm just saying
Well,
back
I
in
am.
that
I-
Well,
era.
you could just say non-French humans. I guess it would mean the same thing. Civilized humans, non-French.
I mean, caveman. Okay. I'm not gonna go there.
well, I mean,
Continue.
you
I
know,
mean, the other day, Mudge and Tan was talking about things like blood sausage and blood-related dishes. I doubt that any of you've eaten blood sausage or black
No.
pudding or the various other different blood dishes. But I love black pudding.
I got to
Well,
ask you something.
traditionally you use all the animal too. You don't let that go to waste. That's good calories and protein. Blood has to be processed, but it's a nutritious food.
Well, Scandinavians do that too. Like they even use
You keep
the
what you
milk.
kill.
They
Yeah.
they use the marrow, they use the bone, they use everything out in
Mhm.
Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
They
cool.
had to. They didn't have much there.
Yeah.
You eat everything.
I have a question for you though, Mark.
Go on.
What do you think about menudo?
In what sense? What do I think? That's a very broad question.
Do you like menudo? Would you eat menudo?
What's wrong with Menudo?
You know what that
I
is?
thought that
don't
was a
you?
singer. I thought
Menudo.
Menudo was a singer.
Well, there is a singer
It's
menudo.
it's a stew. It's a Mexican stew.
It's actually Carol Spring. They,
I like haggis. I love haggis.
Haggis. Oh my goodness, a haggis eater.
Well,
Also,
There's no
I don't know
brain
if
in
this is gonna
haggis, is there?
get us- I don't know if this is going to get us banned from YouTube, but I also love eating faggots.
Oh right, yeah. I've heard they're tasty, but I'm not much for that kind of sausage.
in
It's a
Arizona,
kind of sausage, guys.
I'm just gonna not. I'm just gonna
Meatballs,
bow out
really,
of this one.
So did you just say that you like to eat faggots?
Yeah, as in the sort of meats traditional. Is it West Country meatballs? Well, yeah,
Dude, I
British
love
meatballs
England,
made
dude.
with liver and kidneys and various other offal. And I love liver, actually. I am a big fan of liver.
My dad used to like liver. He used to cook that a lot. If you cook it right, it's very tasty. It's very tender. Or as these kids on TV, I hate liver. It's like, what? It's like delicious beef without any.
My dad, he used to tell me, "Shut the fuck up, sit down and eat your food before I smack you." You know, it's like, okay, yeah.
I didn't know I wasn't supposed to like. He was cooking one day. Like, that smells really good. What is that? It's like liver. I'm like, oh, great. That smells good.
You know, I actually had an issue with spinach and liver, but then like I'd say right around 12 or 13, I actually ate spinach and I was able to actually enjoy it.